Afternoon, good morning, good evening, our viewers. Welcome to the 10th edition of Solution Illuminators Series. I'm fortunate to be with our guest today, Miss Ini. Miss Ini is a Google certified software developer and digital skills advocate and founder of Tech Skills Hack, a social enterprise helping unemployed Nigerians to gain valuable tech skills that enhance their employability. She's passionate about training and advocating for tech skills acquisition. And that's exactly why we're here. We're here to discuss tech skills. Please welcome my guest.
Hello, everyone. It's nice to be here.
Yeah, thank you for being here, Ini. That's what we'll be calling you today. Thank you so much. So, one of the video recordings that I've actually listened to by the richest person in Africa that we all know, that's Aliko Dangote. In one of those videos, he was saying that the future of Nigerian economy is agriculture and information technology, and which made me to start thinking that how are we going to get there? Because as you know, it feels like the major thing people are interested in now is the oil business. That's where the big money is. But then, in my own words, it's basically saying that agriculture and information technology is going to be the new oil in the future. How does that feel? How does that make you feel? And how do you think that's possible, being a person that is actually in tech skills already?
So can you paraphrase your question again?
So it's saying that how do you think we can move from the oil-based economy to a technology-based economy now?
Okay, so everything boils down to conditioning. And while growing up, even as kids, we're made to believe that Nigeria is an oil-rich country, and that's where we make all our money from. But at the moment, the world has gone they've gone green. They're trying to do away with oil because they believe it's not good for the environment. So we can't be left out of this as Nigerians. So what else do we need to tap from? And this is a natural resources. The oil is a natural resources. It's running dry by the day, just as we're exploring it and using it. It's running dry by the day. And another thing I've noticed in the oil ecosystem or the oil and gas ecosystem in Nigeria is the issue of, okay, who do you know in the system? There are lots of people who went to read petrochemical engineering in school, but a lot of them can't find job because they don't know someone in the system. So how do we cure this? How do we bring a stop to this? So so that's where technology comes to play. That's where technology comes to play. There's no discrimination in technology. And the beautiful thing with tech or having a skill in tech is that nobody cares if you have a first class, a second class, to be a part of the tech ecosystem. Or if you rate computer science, or if you rate computer engineering or ICT in school, all your employer is looking for, or all the world is looking for is, okay, what solution can you bring to the table with your skill? So what skill do you have to offer, and what can you do to help humanity? So that's the major thing. That's the main thing. So if you have the passion to learn, it doesn't. If you're a child of the poor, a pauper in the village, someone who doesn't have money, your parents they don't have connection, but you have a tech skills, you have a valuable tech skill, and you know what you're doing with your skill, you'll be globally celebrated. So that's the beautiful with tech skills.
Wow. You said something that is very interesting from everything I've read about what you're doing. Somebody from the village, because coming from Nigeria, I mean, one of the major problem that you can talk about is finances, right? The finances is not really there. For people who will say, well, I don't have a laptop, but I have a phone. Everybody have a phone these days, right? And we all do selfie and that kind of thing. Is it possible to actually engage in these tech skills using a smartphone?
Yes, I don't want to discourage anybody, but it's still important to get a laptop later, but you can start with your phone. There's this guy, I've forgotten his name. He started programming with his phone. He's in Germany at the moment. He's doing amazingly well, but he started programming it with his phone. So if you have the passion to learn and you have a phone, start with a phone, start to learn. Then with time, you can move out, you can save money. Everything, like I keep telling people, even with tech, you need money. It might not be so much like you need to enroll in a 4-year degree course or you need to do so many, but just save up money to buy a moderate laptop or a moderate computer to start out.
Wow. Wow. That's really excellent. Thank you so much, Ini, for being here. It's a big honor to have you as a guest. Let's talk about how you started as a person. How did you know that tech is something for you as a person? How did you know?
Okay, so I didn't know tech was a thing for me. So that's why I'm really passionate about helping other people because someone helped me. So I'm giving back to society just like someone did for me. So I didn't know. I keep telling people it was more like a coincidence or an accident. Okay, so
Wow.
I'm like accidental thing. So,
Okay.
so one day I was just bored and tired of okay, oh, I'm back from service. I don't know what to do with my life. I know I'm bright. I know I can help somebody. So I spoke to a friend who runs a hub, a tech hub in Uyo, and I was like, okay, oh, can I come and stay in your hub? Maybe I can help you guys with writing, being that I knew how to write, maybe content development. So I went to his office, and when I got to the office, he was like, Ini, I know you're a bright person. Um, there's a skill that I would love to recommend for you. Okay, we have Android development, and at the moment, Google he's really trying to help people from sub-Saharan Africa get started, and they're about to run a scholarship, so we can get started. And the world is really big in helping women to emancipate women, to help women get skills and to liberate themselves and get financial liberation. So he spoke to me and then he was like, okay, will you do Android development? I recommend Android development. So to me, I didn't really know how to use the computer itself because even while in school, my projects, I'll just need to write it out, take it to the typing center. They'll need to type it and do everything for me. But I was like, okay, Imi, since you're not doing anything and you have enough a year for you, and he said he was going to give me a scholarship instead of me paying to learn. Okay, I'm going to give you a scholarship for you to do this. And I didn't have a laptop. I didn't come from a home that could even afford a laptop for me, even after my university. I couldn't buy a laptop for myself. So he told me, oh, we have one laptop in this office. Even though there's no battery in it, we're going to give it to you so that you can be plugging and playing like, oh, be that there's no battery. So you can only use it when there's light. So I was very thankful. I didn't have any. So that's why when people ask me, oh, do you need to have a prior knowledge? I didn't do science in school, in nursery school, in primary school, in secondary school. I didn't major in science. Even in university, I did insurance. But I just wanted learning. And another thing was that I was curious about how because that was when the Android operating system was really just came into the market. And I just wanted to so why does the phone work the way it does? So this was another opportunity for me to learn what happens at the back end. Okay, so what code run and why does the application that I use work the way it does? So I jumped into it and I started learning how to use the computer, not just how to program, but how to use the computer and also how to download certain development environments. And that's how my journey started.
Wow, excellent, excellent. Thank you so much. So probably that's towards when the BlackBerry and all those things were out and very popular and things like that.
Mhm, yeah.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
around 15. That was 2015.
Wow,
That
wow,
was 2015.
excellent, excellent. So now we know how you started and how you got help and things like that. And now let's look at the journey now. Now you have the tech skills, you have a system, you have the clarity quiz. The tech skills clarity quiz. I actually took that quiz, by the way. I took the quiz. I discovered that my own lane was product management.
Yeah.
Yeah, product management. Then also looking at other platforms that you have. So what? Just my point is that the tech clarity quiz is a very useful system. And when I read through it, you said it was developed based on personality and
Yeah, the human person, your personality type.
yeah. So my question is for people who because we've probably took some of the test personality thing in the past, and you discover, oh, I'm probably color green, color blue, and things like that. For people who probably have their personality changing for so many reasons, or for people who maybe the questions was answered based on how they were feeling at that time, and I'm still want to try this. Maybe I'm going to take the quiz again just to see if my role is going to change. What do you have to say about that? Because it's to me, it feels very
Okay.
accurate.
So that's a very important question. So thank you for asking that question.
Yeah.
So after your quiz, and when you get the answer, you get to receive an email that
Mm-hmm.
welcomes you and also tell you that okay, if you're not um, satisfied with the answer you got and you need a personal clarity quiz or a personal clarity coach to help you through, then there's a link for you to reach out to me on WhatsApp. So that's when you can reach out to me. Then we'll have a one-on-one talk where we get to, it's not just because with the clarity quiz, it's just 4 minutes. But with the clarity session, it's a 1 hour session. So in the span of 1 hour, you would have your mood would have changed so many times, and then I understand that you will be able to ask a lot of questions that you might not find in the clarity quiz. In the clarity quiz, so that's the option for anyone who's not satisfied with the answer that they get.
Yes. Good. Excellent. Excellent. So that would lead me to the tech clarity session that you have going on. I just want to learn more about that. For example, is it free? And if it's not free, how much do we have to pay for that? And what are the testimonials that you have from that?
Okay, so if you check the website, you find a lot of testimonials. If you check the post I've made on Facebook, for those who may not know me or who are not friends with me on Facebook, my name is Iniobong Udoh, just like you can see it on the screen. Just search for this name. Then go. My posts are always public, so anyone can see it. So just go through and you find some of the reviews that have shared about the post. A lot of people have dropped beautiful reviews about not just the Take Clarity quiz, but about the personal sessions that we've had. And most times, I try to share these reviews online to encourage other people who might be doubting, okay, oh, so what's in for me if I get to pay for a clarity session? So another thing, yeah, about the clarity session. When I first started out, it was free, but now it's not free. I have a lot to do, and based on experience, like 6, 7 years experience I've had in the tech ecosystem, working and also collaborating with people and talking with people in the ecosystem. I've gathered a lot of knowledge, and because of the experience, the clarity sessions I've given to other people, and they come back with their testimonials. So the testimonial is just 15,000 naira. So if you're not in Nigeria, you can do the math there, and it's very affordable. Because there's this thing about tech. Tech is very dynamic. I know a lot of people want to gain a tech skill, but the issue sometimes might be, okay, um, you don't love mathematics, you don't love statistics, but you want to get into tech, and the next thing you're starting with programming, or you're starting with data science or data analytics. That to me will make your journey kind of tough. So what the Clarity Quiz does for anyone who registers for it or subscribes to it is that it helps you to find a path, a track for yourself. So, I want to get into tech, because a lot of people believe, okay, programming, everything around tech is just programming. No, there are a whole lot of there are a handful of valuable skills that is not just programming. So we have the product management, the product design, the data analytics, the data science, IoT, even though AI, machine learning is still under programming, but there are some valuable tech skills that you can learn that doesn't have anything to do with programming.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what the Tech Clarity session does for you. It helps you understand, okay, if you don't like this one, so go for this. So this is going to be easy for you. And another thing that I do after the clarity session, I try to send resources. I send resources to anyone who subscribes to this clarity session. I send beginner resources for them to get started and for them to understand the pathway or the track that they want to go into. Like someone who wants to go into product design or UI UX. First of all, you need to understand, so what is product design or what is UI UX? So what are the jobs available for UI UX designer? How can they find jobs? What's the salary range for a beginner? And then I also provide a beginner-friendly course for them to get started with. And this they get for just 15,000 naira.
Wow. Wow. This is great. This is great. One of the things that I think we should talk about is for somebody listening to it and saying, well, I'm just looking for a job. I'm seriously looking for a job. I want to get a job, and I want to know why learning tech skills in a short time can help me get a job. Or for someone who is saying, well, I have a job that is struggling. Why should I invest in tech skills? How do you answer such a person?
Okay, so that core tech skills, like programming, UI UX, which I like calling product design, and AI. So most of those core tech skills are not something you just start in maybe 1 year or 6 months. You just believe, okay, I'm going to have a job. You need to put in your best. You need to put in your best, and sometimes it might take you like a year and 6 months to land your first job. Not because you're not good, but because those skills requires time to learn. So for someone like that, if you're really in a haste to, I just want to make money, I'll tell you, keep doing what you're doing, and then you can do what you do, and also try to find time to learn. Don't leave your job just because, I want to find a job in tech, or I want to gain the tech skills and then start. If you don't have, like I wrote one time, if you don't have a job sustaining you, because this journey is going to require money, you're going to pay for courses, you're going to pay for certification. I'm not someone who's going to come here and tell you, okay, it's free. Yes, beginning might be free, or getting the basic knowledge might be free. But most times employers want to know, okay, so what certifications do you have? Like something like Amazon, if you're going into cloud computing and you're doing Amazon web service, they might want to know, okay, do you have a certification, an AWS certification? So stuff like that requires money for you to pay for those certifications. You might have the skill, but do you have the certification? We want to be sure that you really know what you're doing. So most times I tell people you can start with a little with there's some tech skills that you or digital skills that you can learn that might not take so long. Like maybe you can start with being a virtual assistant. I think it's really a thing that's reigning right now. You can learn how to be a virtual assistant. Then you can start working for other people while you're still learning your core skill, like the programming and product design and product management.
Okay, that's nice. So you just talked about learning how to be a virtual assistant. So if somebody say, well, that's the path I want to go through, how can they make themselves available so that people can know that they have that skill to be a virtual assistant?
Okay, so the thing you need to do, that's why research is really big. It's a big thing in when you want to get started in the tech ecosystem or when you want to get a tech skill. Research is very, very important. So you need to research. So which of the country do I want to work for? Is it US? Will I be looking for clients in US? Will I be looking for clients in UK? So now what you need to know is, okay, so what virtual assistant tools do I need to learn? And even when I'm learning, you need to niche down too. Okay, so who will I be working for? Will I be looking for virtual assistant jobs in the tech space? Will I be looking for it in the pharmaceutical space, in the medical space? So you need to know. So what tools are other people using? And like how you can use scheduling tools. You need to learn how to research for opportunities out there because most times the person you're working for, that's why he or she is employing you as a virtual assistant. He or she might not have the time to look out for opportunities. You'll be the one looking out for opportunities for him, like maybe speaking engagements, leadership opportunities. And so you need to know, okay, oh, so what are the sites for me to look for if I'm looking for speaking engagements in the tech space, if I'm looking for opportunities for like leadership opportunities, if I'll be looking for grant opportunities. So where are those sites? So you need to know in UK, so there are tools that people in UK use that might be different from the tools that they use in US. I think US and Canada, they use similar tools. If you want to work in Dubai, so what tools can I look for? So you need to consider the environment you want to work in. Is it Europe? Is it US? Is it the Arab nations? What tools, what scheduling tools, what virtual assistant tools can I use to do this? And another important this thing is learning how to use simple designing tools like Canva, because a lot of people have gotten their businesses online. So for them to attract more customers, they need to present beautiful visuals out there. So can you design the Canva for people? So you need to learn how to use Canva to design too, and that can help you make money from freelancing sites like Upwork, like Fiverr. You can be designing for people there. You can design for businesses, maybe like headers for their social media platform, social media posts, and so many other things that you can do.
Wow, excellent. Thank you so much for your insightful answers.
You're
Just
welcome.
now you mentioned UK and United States, all right? And I know you just traveled and came back for a quite number of time. My question is, when you were exposed to a new environment and when you travel like that, what were the differences between the opportunities you have in tech in Nigeria versus what you have in these other countries? Because for people who are thinking that, whoa, maybe I want to jackpot or travel and things like that, and maybe that's the
They should
solution.
they should jack if they want to. Okay, so there's this thing that got me heartbroken. So I went to UK on a visitor visa. So that means I won't be able to work. I can do a whole lot of things. But in the UK, there are a whole lot of opportunities. Like there's this site, I think it's called something CV.com. Even when you're in the train, you see, okay, you see a whole lot of opportunities, especially in the tech space. And you're like, this is what we don't have in Nigeria. And I think that's why a lot of people are really yearning for remote opportunities. They're yearning for remote jobs. Even a lot of us working in Nigeria, the work we do are mostly for organizations outside. And there are even some organizations in Nigeria, like Andela, when Andela was really active in Nigeria. So they'll contract take skilled people in Nigeria, put them in an office, then get jobs from abroad. They're like the middleman between the the skilled people in Nigeria and then the people looking for the skilled people overseas. So what they do is, okay, they bring the job and then they give it to these tech guys in Nigeria and they get to work and make money. So even while I was in UK, I was like, this is something. So I don't blame anybody who wants to leave. If you want to leave, please do. If you think you're not comfortable with the way things are in Nigeria and you're looking for opportunities for yourself and you're looking for a way to better your life, I wouldn't stop you. I wouldn't say you shouldn't go. I'm trying to be patriotic. Even when I'm trying to be patriotic, yeah. You shouldn't come and stay in Nigeria with your skill and not do something for yourself. You can still help Nigeria any way you are. You can even be in US and be helping us to get jobs down here and be sending jobs down here to us. So which means you're doing something bigger than if you were in Nigeria without finding the opportunities here. Because if you're in US, if you're with the people who have this job, they really trust you to give you jobs. So when you get these jobs, you can send it back to Nigeria and help the people in Nigeria. So I think the job opportunity in Nigeria, overseas, can be compared with what we have in Nigeria. The ones in Nigeria are really limited because you need to pay for the skills. You need to pay the people who are working, and a whole lot of people in Nigeria can't afford to pay the good money like the people outside there. So
Wow.
the opportunity is less when compared to the one that we have outside.
Good. I hope our politicians are listening to you.
So, expecting better in 2023.
Okay, hopefully. Well, this is what I have to say now. So there are freelancing sites that can help people to achieve or probably do some work in Nigeria. These sites, are they all working in Nigeria, or it's just like the Upwork, the Fiverr, and everything?
Okay, so this Nigeria will get better one day. That's my prayer.
Amen.
So lots of policies that are hindering some of these organizations coming down here, and also with the case of sometimes some of us we try to outsmart, we try to act too smart, that we act in a way um, that's not okay, that's not good, that's not helpful to some of these sides. So because of the experiences that some of them they've had with the Nigerian market, they had to pull themselves out. The policies and the experience, they had to pull themselves out. But we have some cool side that work, like we have Top we have Fiverr, we have Upwork, and then we have the LinkedIn job, which is one side that I really recommend, because with LinkedIn job, there's no third party like, okay, LinkedIn standing in the way, like, okay, if you make $2,000, this is the percentage you get, and you don't get to communicate, you don't get to have a personal relationship with the person you're working with. So, but with LinkedIn job, you can have a personal relationship with whoever you're working for because they'll be the ones to contact you. So that's why I recommend any creative or techie to try to get active on LinkedIn. So with LinkedIn jobs, you can find a whole lot of jobs, and with the resources or the posts you show on the platform, you can get to relate with even the HRs of companies overseas who might want or that you might want to work with. So LinkedIn job is very, very important, and we don't. It's very, very good for any creative or techie. So there's no limiting factor, and there's no limiting factor of okay. So how do we pay you? Okay, oh, you didn't incorporate or you didn't sync a particular kind of payment gateway to your account. So with LinkedIn jobs, you get to work directly with whoever is going to employ you or whoever is going to contract you for the job. And they can get to pay you anyhow you wish or you want them to pay you, maybe with your domiciliary account, with your Nigerian account, or any way you want, anyhow you want them to pay you.
Yeah. So that's more like just getting employed like any other way, because now somebody's employing you and they're paying you the way that you want them to pay you. Right.
Yes.
That's not regulated by LinkedIn.
No,
That's
no,
the
no.
advantage.
So LinkedIn doesn't regulate that. Just like other like Fiverr and Race does, and you don't have any percentage. You don't pay any percentage to LinkedIn like you pay to the other guys.
Wow, wow, excellent, excellent. Something that I've also observed about your journey is, I mean, your tech journey, how you've been working. It involved building of community of people and staying engaged with them. And I've seen that that's something that you've done so well. What are the tips that have made you to be able to do that so well? Staying engaged with people, and yeah, sometimes I look at you like, how does she do this? How do you create such a community and stay highly engaged with them? What's your secret to doing that?
Okay, so a whole lot of jobs that I've gotten has been from Facebook. Yeah, not even LinkedIn. LinkedIn is there, but from Facebook. A lot of people think, okay, oh, Imi doesn't have what to do, so that's why she shared those contents. I tell people if you want to learn better or if you want people to trust you better, share content. The knowledge-based marketing is the best marketing form. So this is an extra I'm giving to people out there. You don't need to be in the tech space. If you're selling, even though you're selling hay, you're selling clothes, um, it's not every time you become to say, come and buy hay, come and buy. So why should we buy this hay? So what's the importance of this hay? What's this hay going to do for us? You don't need to speak, oh, come and buy, come and buy. Sometimes you just need to put out a post out there, an engaging post, and someone will get interested in it. Like, okay, oh, I like the way you talk about this thing. I think I'm interested in it. So, how do we get started? How do I get started? And that's another way for you to market what you're doing. Okay, oh, I have a training coming up. You can subscribe to it. Okay, oh, you're still confused on what to do. You can pay for this. And community, building a community is very, very important in the tech journey. So when I first started, I didn't start it because I wanted to market something out there. I started it because I wanted reaching a wider number of people. So I started my community Tech Skills Hack in 2019. Then I was asking myself, okay, oh, I've not developed, I don't have a website yet. So how do I reach a lot of people? And I discovered that there were a whole lot of Nigeria, being that my market was the Nigerian market and the Nigerian youth. And I discovered that we had a whole lot of Nigerian youth using Facebook. So I was like, so why can't we play and also learn at the same time? So that's when I used the Facebook feature, thanks to Facebook for creating the Facebook feature.
Yeah.
I had to use the Facebook feature to get started where I invited a lot of people to join the group, and then the group started growing. And then I had other people who came in to work for me, and we've been working together. They help shape posts. We go online, we search for posts, and we look at the reviews of those tutorials, because our aim, even though we're trying to share affordable or we're trying to help people gain skills without breaking the bank, we also need to make sure that the skills or the tutorials they are sharing is one that is affordable, one that people can really understand the language, because language barrier can be a big issue when you're learning, and one that has a big review. So we check the review of those courses, If it's a tutorial on YouTube, it's a tutorial on Udemy, we have to check the review. So what are other people talking about this course? And then we get to share it in the community. And the community has really helped us to grow. So that even now that we have our website, most of the people that we get, or most of the recommendation that we get, is mostly from the community, because we now have their trust. Yeah, we have their trust. They've been with us since 2000. The people in the community, most of them, they've been with us since 2019. And we've been consistent with what we've been giving, the message we've been passing out, the trainings we've been organizing, and the tutorials that we've been sending out there. So that's how the community has helped us. And we've also we've been able to reach out to a whole number of people, because with community, you're not restricted to a particular geolocation, to a particular country. Because with Facebook is kind of limiting, but if you're using their Facebook group, it's not limiting. You can have someone from UK, from US, from Canada join your community or join your group.
Okay, that's really nice. I mean, because evidently you've been doing that so well, and the numbers are increasing. So my next question is: at what point would you now decide, well, it's time to invest in branding and advertisement and things like that? Because you have the tech clarity quiz that is going on very fine, right? So what are the next? I guess the question is, what's the next step now? Next step.
Okay, so the next step is what we've started already, having the site, and then so Tech Skills Hack is like we have a site. So that site is not just a website where you just go to read blogs, blog posts. It's a site where you can find tutorials. So it's like a one-stop shop for top-notch tutorials. Even when we have the Take Clarity web app still in the same website. So what the site does for you is, okay, oh, I'm new into Take. Okay, I'm interested in Take. So I've taken the quiz. So what the quiz does for you is that, okay, I've taken the quiz and I know what I'm meant to do is maybe web development or web design. So now I'm looking for a beginner-friendly course to get started with. So the emails you get also recommend, okay, now that you've gotten, so once it shows you that you're meant to be a product manager, it gives you a suggestion of, okay, this is the course for you to take. Did you get something like that, Dr. Tolu?
Yes, I received it. Yeah.
So now, for you to gain access to that course, you need to subscribe to our site. And subscribing to the site is just 1,005 for a month. So that's very cheap. It's just 1,005 for a month. And what that site does for you is that you get to find job opportunities. If you're ready to take, you get to find job opportunities. We get to update the site almost daily with job opportunities. And then another thing that we notice, that especially for beginners, where to find internships, where to find beginner friend, entry role level jobs in tech. So we had to solve this issue for them by always updating the job portal with entry level tech jobs, opportunities in scholarship opportunities in the tech space, and then internship opportunities. So this you get to enjoy for just 1,005 monthly, a monthly subscription of 1,005, and then a yearly subscription of 12,000 naira. And another opportunity that it offers is that most times we bring in experts in the tech space to come speak and to train people. So if you're a subscribed member, it gives you opportunity to attend these trainings.
Wow, excellent, excellent. So that's the next step. That's good. That's good to know. I hope our viewers are listening to this and they're taking notes. The next question is on still talking about the journey so far. What are the challenges you've experienced along the way, and how did you overcome them?
Okay, so the first challenge was how do I get to a whole lot of Nigerians who are in need of this opportunity? So thank God for the Facebook feature. So that helped in solving the issue of reaching a whole lot of people. And then um, another issue. Do I really have challenges on here? So another issue is most times there are a whole lot you want to do. Like, okay, you want to design a native application that people don't just need to log in from, or go to a website to check that. So how do we get the money to fund this? And we're looking at scaling the application or the site to make it more indigenous. So that because when you get to learn from someone who is your skin type, who is from your country, who's from your continent, you believe, okay, oh, if this person can do it, then I can do it. It doesn't look strange to you. So we're looking at scaling the site and making it more indigenous, making it more friendly for people in Nigeria and in Africa. So we need money to do this. So I think it's just money. And then another thing, finding the best hands to do this for us. So
Wow,
that's a challenge.
good, good, good. So there's something that is very interesting and in the speaking arena that you just mentioned now, stories, right? Because stories actually they stick with people for a long
Yeah.
time, right? So my question is, what are the kind of stories, any one that you can remember that you can give our audience today that they can go home and think over to help them make a decision, right? Because it's about going home and remembering something, and usually stories stick. Sometimes people even remember stories more than they remember names.
Yeah.
That's a strange thing. So, any one of those success stories you want to share with us?
Okay, so the success story I have to share is I think the major success story is my journey into tech. Even before as we started, I talked about how I got into tech. So it was on a hot afternoon in the city of Uyo. So I was just thinking to myself, like in me, you have a lot of potentials in you, but at the moment you're confused. You don't know which one to go for. And you can't be staying at home. I just came back from service. You can't be staying at home without doing anything for yourself. So I had to speak with a friend who runs a tech hub in Uyo. And he was like, okay, come to the office and let's talk about it. And because I was like, I told him I can be an asset, like I can offer to maybe be a content developer for the organization. But when I went there, it was no more the content development story or job that I needed. He now recommended that okay, there's a whole lot of opportunities in tech. The space is still kind of fresh, so this was like 2015. So why don't you um, get started? Okay, I'll recommend you start with Android development. I'll recommend you start with Android development. So deep down, I've never programmed before. And then it was Java, XML. I've never programmed before. I didn't even know how to use the laptop very well, being that I didn't own one. So thanks to him, he told me that there was a computer in the office that he's not been using, that the computer doesn't have a battery, but he's going to give it to me to use it for the time being. So I was happy because this is an opportunity for me to start something new, for me to get into a field that I wasn't exposed to, that I didn't have a pre-knowledge of. But okay, I know it's not going to be a walk in the park. But thanks for I have people around to help me. So that's another beautiful thing with the community. When you're in a community, you can always have people to talk to. When you have a challenge, you can always run to them. So I read insurance in school. So for anyone who has done insurance, insurance doesn't really have anything to do with technology, with tech, especially insurance in Nigeria. It doesn't have anything to do with tech. So I was like, okay, this is a new challenge for me, and I'm going to take it by the horn. Like, this is a bull, and I'm going to take it by the horn. And I'm happy I took that challenge. It's been one beautiful experience for me. So I keep telling people, without that opportunity, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't be sharing my story. So for everyone who's watching out there, and I tell everybody, everyone won't work in the tech ecosystem. Not everybody will work in the tech ecosystem. But this does not mean that you should ignore the tech trend that's happening, because tech syncs with everything. If you're a businessman, if you sell hair, if you're a chef, the main thing should be, so how do I adopt tech in what I'm doing? If you're a medical doctor and you don't want to leave medicine, you still want to do medicine, but you want to incorporate tech into it. If you're an accountant and you don't want to just move away from accounting, but you want to incorporate tech into what you're doing. So what tech skills can I incorporate with what I'm doing right now to help scale this thing, to help, and what digital tool can I use to make people gain access to me, to get my message or to get what I'm doing accessible to other people who are not in Nigeria, because the global market is really looking out for a whole lot of people who can make use of digital tools, who have tech skills. There are a whole lot of things you're doing, like if you're fashion designers, we have amazing fashion designers in Nigeria. So the organizations or that companies, that individuals in US, in Canada, who might want to um, wear your clothes, who will love your design. So how do you get to these people? How do you make them see the kind of style that you design daily? So that's where you get to consider, okay, so what tech tools should I use? What digital tools can I incorporate into this my business? Like I said in the beginning, not everyone will learn the core tech skills like the programming, the machine learning, artificial intelligence, the product management. Not everyone will do that. But the main thing, you shouldn't allow this train to pass you. While the fourth industrial revolution, and tech is a big thing, tech is a very big thing in the fourth industrial revolution. And for everyone out there, as a teacher, as a chef, a baker, a medical personnel, a pharmacist, you need to learn how to incorporate technology or digital tools in whatever you're doing out there. So you need to research, okay, so what do I need to do to help my business grow? What tech tools can I adopt or can I sink into my business to help it scale? So
Wow.
that's
Excellent. Excellent. At the beginning of the discussion today, you talked about the opportunity that you were given. That's why you're here today, because you were given the opportunity. You had someone that you could learn from, and you learned, and you're here today. What if you didn't have that opportunity? And on the light note, I saw in one of your posts on Facebook, so a lot of your posts are very funny to me. You said, "Oh, if you are not in tech, you'll be a mechanic."
yeah, mechanic. So
Why? My question is why a mechanic? And
okay, so
why?
that's a popular. It's like a popular cliche. It's a
Mhm.
funny thing that became. So somebody was like, "God, I don't want to be a mechanic. I want to be a baller." Like so, tech has given me the opportunity to be a baller. So
That's
without faith, I don't know, but we have God. So God directs our path. And so I think I know this is the path that He had for me, even that He starts on the right foot, but He always He has a way. Um, like they say, He has a way of there's this popular something humor. Yeah, God has humor. Like He
yeah.
has a way of doing things in a way that even we ourselves, we cannot even fathom. We can't even think of it. It just happens, and we're like, oh, this is it, and we're happy with the results that we get. So to me, that's my story of take. It didn't happen. It didn't happen. Getting into take didn't happen because, oh, I really planned about it. I was like, oh, today I'll start learning how to build or develop native applications, Android applications. It didn't start for me like that. I just walked into a place to talk something else, and then someone talked sense into me, and now, so
Yeah,
this
that's
is
good.
why.
Talking about balling,
That
we,
is why
we
I'm helping other people get
yeah,
that class.
good, good, excellent. Talking about balling, you remember the way I started the conversation today? I said the richest person in Africa, Aliko
Yeah.
Dangote, said that agriculture and information technology is going to be the future of Nigeria. Based on everything that we've talked about today, do you agree, and why?
Agriculture, yes, because we need to eat. We need to eat. We need to clothe, and the materials that we get for clothing, most of them comes from agriculture. Um, and then even if you don't have clothes to wear, you need to eat. So agriculture will never go out of fashion. To never go out of fashion. And then when we're now in the global, so the world is now called the global community, a digital community. And why is it called the digital community? It's because of tech. Tech has made the world one. We're not very close. You're not in Nigeria, but I'm in Nigeria. But we can
Yeah,
have this conversation, and this is real time. And thanks to tech. And with the COVID made us to realize that you don't need to be in a workspace for you to be able to work, for you to communicate with your colleagues, or for you to get the job done. With certain tools, you can collaborate, you can work together, and all these things was made possible because of tech. So tech has brought the world together, and it will keep getting better and better by the day. So that's why I tell people to jump into the train, even run out of fashion. So jump into the train and try to offer solution, try to create something out there that will help humanity. Once you can do that, you're sure for life, you're sure to become a baller. So we're creating things for individuals, just like agriculture, you're planting food, you're cultivating things for humans. So once you have a market that people are looking out for, once you have a solution that organizations are looking out for, you're settled for life, you're good to go. So this is what they offer. So my brother Dangote wasn't wrong when he said that. Yeah. Yeah, he's
yeah,
my
it's
brother
also my
also.
brother too. Okay. So this is what I want to say. Go ahead. You want to say something?
No, I said he wasn't wrong at all with what he said
Yeah,
with the agriculture and ICT being the in thing.
yeah, that's good. So one of the things that I can say to support that, look at it. Most of us we're just like kids too, because food is very important. You have to eat. When you're not eating, your body starts feeling somehow. And sometimes electronics, phone, we always start to we always have to press it and stay connected and call somebody. It feels like when you take my phone away from me, it's just
Yeah, see,
it's just
become part of our life.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, and that's how we stay connected and communicate with people. Anyways, we're wrapping up. My last question, or second to the last question: what are your plans? Since I think you said in one of your posts that you love giving back because that's something that you've been receiving or you have received in the past. What are your plans to give back to the community?
Okay, so next year January we'll be organizing a boot camp to help people gain basic tech skills like programming, UI UX, that's product design. So we'll be organizing a boot camp for that. So we're also soliciting for support from people out there, people who love to help other Nigerians gain the skill. Yeah, we're not a fraud. We've been here since 2019, and most of the things that we've been doing have been the sole supporter of it. Yeah, like the finances and everything. So I've been the one financing it. And also thanks to the amazing people in my corners, even though some of them they'll say, hey, you don't need to mention my name. Thanks to them, they've also helped a whole lot to help us take this message of faith across board, and also to help us offer trainings to people out there. So our plan is to organize a boot camp come January next year so that people can start the year with hope and also with the right skill.
Wow, excellent. So this is my last question for today. What do you have for our viewers? Your last thoughts for our viewers, and also how can they contact you in case they have questions or they want to be involved in what you're doing? If maybe as somebody who wants to learn tech skills or somebody who wants to support what you're doing and things like that, how can they get in contact with you?
Okay, so this is what I'll say to everyone out there. Not like I said before, everyone will have a cortex skill, but you shouldn't neglect the place and the importance of technology in everything you're doing, be it education. You need to even when if you're a student, we've gone with technology or with the internet. We can now collaborate with other people in other countries, thanks to places like Quora, Reddit, even LinkedIn. Yeah, I think a whole lot of people believe that, okay, the only time you get on LinkedIn is when you're looking for a job. No. I know of some students who are in their JS3, JS1, JS2, JS3 down LinkedIn, and they're doing
Wow.
amazing. So all you need to do, if you want to be on LinkedIn, you need to show, okay, I'm a leader. As far as you're a leader, as far as you can provide solution, what's stopping you? Get a LinkedIn account, pass your message on LinkedIn, even for your kid who is maybe he's a senior student, he's a senior prefect in school. He can get to tell stories about his leadership experience, and that exposes him so that even when he's looking for admission outside of Nigeria, with everything he has done on LinkedIn, he can add that to his SOP statement of purpose. Okay, this is what I do. Okay, this is the link to certain things I've talked about. So you shouldn't limit yourself to exploring digital tools, even though you don't want to get into core pay, because it's not everybody that will become programmers. It's not everybody that have that time to sit down and learn core tech skills. So just learn how to incorporate tech in whatsoever you're doing. And another thing that I'll tell people is that yes, we're talking about get into tech, get into tech. Tech is not that easy. I know some people just want to say, oh, in 1 month you learn this, so that maybe they want to sell their course and make money. Take core tech skills, like if you want to learn it and learn it well, it's not something you start one day. And there are some days, I tell people tech is not a walk in the park. There are days you try to do certain things and it won't click. You even sit and cry. Yeah, I had days that I cried when my codes were not working. Like if you work now, the next thing I'll close my laptop, open it, the next thing it's not working again, and I'll need to find someone to help me and show me, okay, where's the bug? Where did I get it all wrong? Why is my Gradle not building and certain things? So you encounter certain challenges like that. You might want to collaborate with the person and the person is not looking at you, doesn't want to do same with you. You shouldn't be discouraged. That's why I tell people you should have a reason why you want to get into tech. So with that reason, there's always a drive for you. Okay, oh, I'm doing tech because I want to do this. I want to make money, which is okay. So when you look at making that money, it gives you that drive. Or because I want to solve a particular issue, maybe a cyber security issue, then you get started in cyber security. So when you encounter a certain issue while you're learning, there's always that reminder like, oh, you remember this is why you're doing this. So it gives you that drive. So that's all I have to say for now. And for anyone who wants to contact me, like I said before, the name you have on the screen, that's my name on all my social media platform, Iniobong Udoh. So you can search me out, and you can also join our community. It's called Tech Skills Hack, TECH, which is tech. There's skills and then hack, ECHSCHACK. That's the Tech Skills Hack. You can search us online and you can join. It's a private community. Everyone is welcome to join. So you can join us today and you'll find great tutorials and resources there for you. And if you want to help to make this dream or this mission of helping Nigerians, the Nigerian youth, gain employability through digital skills acquisition or tech skills acquisition. You can always reach out to me. My inbox is open, or you can reach out to Dr. Toluleke. He's going to help you with maybe my email for you to contact me and reach out to me. So thank you very much.
Wow, excellent. Right. This is really good. So the tech skills community on Facebook is open to anyone that wants to join, right?
Anyone that wants to join.
Okay, then from there they can start the conversation, because you don't know who is really serious about anything. So until all right. Thank you so much. This is a very high privilege that I have today talking to you. This is the first time we have this kind of conversation anyways, and I don't know when I'll be privileged to have such again. Thank you so much for adding value, knowledge, and also your experience. I hope our viewers can run with the knowledge that you impacted today. And thank you everyone for being here. You want to say something quickly?
Yeah, I know. I just want to say thank you, Dr. Tolu, for giving me this platform and for the opportunity for me to reach out to more people. Because I know people from your timeline will be watching, from your friend list, who are not my friends, will be watching the session, and people um, on your LinkedIn contacts, they also get to watch this. So I just want to say thank you very much for the exposure. Yeah.
Yeah,
For,
welcome. It's my pleasure. We're going to put it on all the platforms in case anybody missed this recording today. It's going to be on all the social media, and it's a privilege. I'm very grateful you are able to make out the time to be here today. All right. Thank you so much, our viewers, and thank you for our guest, Ini. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much.
it was a good time.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.